Hey everyone, thanks for joining me today. I want to kick things off with a quick story. Not too long ago, I was having a conversation with a bunch of corporate CMOs, and we were talking about how difficult it is to get across the point to our bosses that marketing is not really a vending machine. We all agreed that if it was that simple as putting $1 in to the vending machine and getting $3 back, we'd be great. And that's how it seems to think. But here's the thing, marketing doesn't work like that. It's not a quick transaction. It's more like a patient, ongoing process, like planting a garden or perfecting your golf swing. So, in the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through why marketing is not a vending machine and what it actually is: a blend of organic, paid efforts, all tied together with clear and consistent messaging. So let's start with the vending machine myth here. A lot of people believe that marketing is just a simple paid event. If I pay for leads, I get work. I get work out of that. That's not necessarily true. Marketing is actually a blend of short-term and long-term mindset. Marketing is a long-term play. It builds up over time, as does your brand. And sure, it might bring quick leads here and there, and you can always pay for that. But an organic approach of being able to put your brand out there in a tone and voice and put it together as a whole story, that is what's going to bring more success in the end. The real success actually comes from consistency, relationship building, and trust, none of which happen instantly. There's also the tangible versus intangible returns. So you can measure clicks and conversions, you can measure engagement, you can measure wins, right? But there's always loyalty in that investment. And that investment's going to pay off over time. And actually, one of the things that people tend to forget when you're talking about things like this is, if you go for that quick win, oftentimes you end up upsetting people that don't respond to you. So keep in mind what you're trying to do is build a brand over time, not just for one simple event. So if you're hoping that I pay $1, I get 3 back scenario, it might be time to rethink your expectations. That the vending machine thinking, and it doesn't match real world marketing. So let's talk a little bit about gardening, not gadgets, right? I feel the gardening analogy is so fitting because you don't throw seeds in the ground and come back an hour later expecting a full harvest. You prepare the soil, you water the seeds, you give them sunlight, and patiently wait. You have organic growth that comes around. And a lot of times marketing works better when you're tying your organic or free efforts with paid amplification. So free channels like social media, email, and community events, those are all about nurturing your audience. They'll turn into results if you're consistent, authentic, and generous with your information in those channels. Once you have that rolling, you actually can bring in paid amplification. That's when the paid ads are going to start to perform better because you have your audience in your social media. You start to pay for your sponsored content, maybe even in direct ads, maybe some search ads. Those things all amplify each other. And that helps you reach beyond your existing network. But it works best if you already have compelling content in your environment. So when you blend those both, you can actually get better results over time than just trying to go one way or another. So consistent messaging is one of those keys that you're going to need to bring into your environment. It's one of the biggest mistakes I see. People jump around between different platforms and they don't have the same message across either one of those. What you really need to do is you need to define a brand voice. Are you playful, lighthearted? Are you no nonsense, straight talking expert? Maybe make that voice clear and use it everywhere. social posts, newsletters, web copy, when you actually interact with your customers live. Don't, keep that same tone and voice of who you are and what your personality is. Another thing you can do is you can repurpose content. So don't rewrite everything. You can take a great blog post, you can take a video, you can break that into what I call micro content. Those small snippets, those 30 seconds here, the 15-second stories, the sound bites, those are what you throw into your social media environment. Then bring people back to that core message as you take it forward. Consistency builds recognition. If your followers see and hear the same tone, phrases, and visual style, they're more likely to remember you and bring it forward. Think of that catchy tune. Repetition is what makes it stick. All right, let's figure out some actual marketing tips for the long game here. One, don't be afraid to start small. You're often going to be feeling like you're shouting into the void if you're just getting started. Your social media group is going to be small. I did this years ago in LinkedIn where I just started posting and I had about 300 followers. Within about 4 months, I got close to 2,500 followers and I was getting almost 5,000 impressions on my content every week. Now I'm pushing 4,000 followers on my LinkedIn environment. But that's because I was consistent and clear with my messages and providing great value to those customers. You can start by allocating a modest ad budget, whatever you can afford. Even a small budget, especially in local marketing that's highly targeted, can significantly increase your value as long as you're putting those organic efforts in. It not only helps you acquire that new audience, but it also allows you to test various strategies and scale them based on those results. Don't be afraid of feedback. Get in that conversation. Understand what's working for the customers. Look at what's creating engagement for you, what's not creating engagement for you, and refine that over time. Finally, don't forget to track. Always look at what's happening within your environment and take that forward. At the end of the day, marketing is not about instant transactions. It never has been. It's always about a sustained and strategic effort that weaves together both organic and paid methods. Think of it as living, breathing system, not just a machine that you pop coins into. So here's the challenge. What's one area of your marketing garden that you've been neglecting? Maybe you haven't posted in social on a regular basis, or your email list hasn't heard from you in a while. Pick one thing and give it new life this week. No massive, complicated moves, just consistent, purposeful action. And if you want, you can go to firestartermarketing.ai, and that can help you build that consistency and authentic voice over time. That's all for now. I'd love to hear your thoughts and questions, whether it's about using social media, blending organic with paid campaigns, what you need to do on your local SEO, maintaining that consistent brand voice. Keep the conversation going. Thank you very much.